Well, I think obviously I'm not a politician, so I will not have any political comments, but Martin, I can give you some answers that are related to telecom. And one thing that Europe has lacked a little bit, I mean, if you go back, GSM was created in Europe as a part of the European project. And I think what we're lacking is a bit of lack of unity when it comes to telecom, both in terms of regulatory matters, frequency alignment between countries and so forth, but also in terms of telecom investments and research in telecom in Europe, which I think is going to be very important for the competitiveness of Europe over time. Lots of efforts been done in the European Union, but not enough unity. Whether that's affected by Brexit or not, I'm not sure. I think it's funny that an industry that actually thrives from standardization. The reason why this industry is doing so well is because the terminal works in a global network. It's because nodes are being sold that can interoperate between different companies, from Ericsson or from any of our competitors. But making it too complicated in terms of leaving that to an open system integration arena is very hard. Ericsson are now operating in a number of different digital stack projects globally, and we have learned the hard way, too much SI. So now we're going in for industrializing the system integration, still leaving the options open for operators to mix and match between applications, which is really what they're after. Being one of the founders of 5G in my previous role as CTO of Ericsson, it was from the beginning thought of as a system, you would say, for anything beyond human interaction, which was really for machines and machine-to-machine communication, IoT popularly put, or for what we at the time called network society. And I think that notion is still there. The system with the kind of performance that we will have in here, with milliseconds of delay and with very high bandwidth on demand, with slices going through the network, which is really made for other industries to connect in. So it is a very big innovation platform. It's a very big platform for business innovation and new relationships for service providers. The difficulty is, of course, how. And many are still leaving that question open. There's a lot of experimentation going on worldwide. I wish there was even more experimentation going on, because this is a transition in terms of business models and opportunities that is provided by a technical platform that we refer to as 5G. Then, having said that, Martin, there is a consumer proposition in there. Augmented reality terminals and so on need that kind of latency and edge computing, which is provided in the networks by 5G. Customers that we have are first and foremost, when we are talking to them, looking for cost rationalizations and speed of introduction of new services and a possibility to interact with the consumers in a much closer way. That is provided by technology like SDN and NFV, because now we can provision services much faster. We're able, through automation and through a horizontally layered architecture in the network, to cut cost by reducing operations. We can do less testing of software as it enters into the network, because we can use something called DevOps technology to do that on these NFVs as they fly in real time in networks. So I think this technology is revolutionary in terms of cutting cost and speed of new services coming out. Well, when it comes to financials, I will not make any comments, but I think the technology next year, we will see the 5G technology getting deployed in very large field trials of different parts. Not enough in Europe, I think, but we see a lot of action in the United States and in Asia and in China in particular. I think we're going to learn a lot from those actions, and I think that we're going to see continuous experimentation with new business models and new engagements from service providers. That's supported then by digital front ends, which is a very important part of the rollout of service providers' engagement with consumers and with enterprises, which is the fastest growing part of the market with service providers.